Yebo yes, yebo yes. Followed by MSc Clinical Psychology class of 2025. Mukholokwane, yes. Yebo yes, yebo yes, yebo yes. The last but not least, MBCHB class of 2025. Yebo yes, yebo. Ladies and gentlemen, let me present to you the graduandees of 2025. Can move together. Smile, you're not on candid camera. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. You can have your seats. Ladies and gentlemen, we are about to start. As the procession files in, may we all please stand and remain standing until indicated otherwise. Enjoy the program. Thank you very much. Shall we all get seated? Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. As I have welcomed you, you're welcome to this 2025 oath-taking ceremony of the School of Medicine. My name is Professor Patrick Lehlohonolo Lekwara. I am with Sifume Musa Ngube and Kamogelo Ramolocha, who are doing sign language. At this time, I would like to welcome Professor Mabuza to come and give us a word before we start with the program. Thank you, Prof. Mabuza.
Program Director, Professor Lehlohonolo, as you have introduced yourself, Lekwara, the Deputy Vice Chancellor in Action, Prof. Mawela, standing in for the Vice Chancellor in absentia, our guest speaker, Dr. Esop, Dean, School of Medicine, Professor Chauke, Dean, School of Pharmacy, Prof. Demana, Dean, School of Science and Technology, Prof. Obi, Dean, School of Healthcare Sciences, Prof. Malika, heads of departments, senior lecturers, graduates, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I would this morning invite you in few minutes to come with me on a reflective journey where we look at where we were and how we came to be where we are, in particular, the graduates. Seeing you donned in your magnificent academic regalia today evokes complex emotions, pride and joy for your achievement, tempered though by the memory of the challenges you have overcome to reach the destination where you are today. Let us admit, there have been challenges on your journey to this destination. Anybody claiming to have had a walk in the park is not telling us the truth. Is not honest with us. It was definitely not a walk in the park. During this journey, some of you lost your loved ones who prepared you from childhood to embark on this academic journey, which has brought you to the level at which you are today. Unfortunately and sadly so, they are not with us and with you today to witness this great day that has come upon us. During this journey, you encountered numerous academic challenges, difficult courses. I remember very well as a student, there were those courses that were very difficult for me, where I had to work twice as hard. Difficult lecturers. I mustn't look on my right side. You survived us. Because sometimes we become punitive in bringing you up instead of facilitatory to grow you up. As if that were not enough, you may have encountered numerous financial difficulties, academically and socially, which had an impact on your journey as you came here. So there are also those challenges which were uniquely yours, which you cannot explain to someone else. They were peculiar for you, but you survived them. So there have been challenges. Nevertheless, graduates in particular, ladies and gentlemen, in history, we read of a gentleman by the name of Johnson Oatman Jr., born 1856 in the state of New Jersey, USA, who passed on in 1922, who composed a hymn titled, "Count Your Blessings." This hymn was first published in 1897, 128 years ago, in a collection titled Songs of Young People Like You, which was compiled and edited by Edwin Otello Excel. Now, as I move towards my conclusion, Johnson Oatman Jr. thought it wise to look at life differently. The first stanza of his hymn reads as follows: "When upon life's billows you are tempest-tossed," which is very poetical. It only means when you are violently thrown about by the storms of life. He continues, second line, "When you are discouraged, thinking all is lost, count your many blessings, name them one by one, and it will surprise you what the Lord hath done." Now, Johnson Oatman Jr. was wise enough, ladies and gentlemen, to realize that brooding on worries does not solve the problem. It compounds it. On the one hand, you have the problem you must contend with. On the other, you have the worry that you must deal with, which is also setting you back. It's a toxic combination with deleterious effects on your life. He implied that in times of trouble, we need to start counting the blessings that the good Lord has given us, naming them one by one, being deliberate and intentional in so doing. The human weakness and tendency, ladies and gentlemen and graduates, is to focus on those things that did not go well and leave out those that did. If there are 10 things that you have been attempting and you succeed in all of them except one or two, the tendency is to feel you are a failure. But the reality is that, as Oatman will say, stop worrying about them. Count your blessings. Hey, name them one by one. We need people like that nowadays. The world is full of depressed people who are depressing others with their depression. Let us stop that. Count your blessings. Name them one by one in the midst of all the troubles that you are going through. Start with this blessing of today. You are taking an oath to be of service to humankind. Count that blessing. You have done exceedingly well. Count it. Hey, I feel like saying hallelujah at this moment. God is good. Let us pray. All the time. Amen. We are praying. Lord God, you are good and forever you shall be. We know you. We have experienced you. We thank you for the revelation you gave to Johnson Oatman Jr. We have no choice but to emulate him in giving thanks to you for the blessings you give us, naming them one by one. Thank you, Lord, in the name of your Son, our Lord, Christ Jesus. Amen.
Thank you very much, Prof. Mabuza. That was inspiring. I wish I could sing that song, but someday you'll hear me. A fool said in his heart, there is no God. I hope you are not educated fools. Sorry, let's go to something else. Okay, at this time, I will welcome the Acting Deputy Vice Chancellor, Professor Mawela, to come and welcome us all, and then we can be at home. Prof. Mawela.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. It is a good morning. You have to be more energized than that. Good morning. Thank you. My name is Dini Mawela, currently the acting DVC, Academic and Research at SMU. And it is my absolute honor to stand here before all of you to welcome you to this occasion, the oath-taking ceremony in the School of Medicine for 2025. I want to start by conveying a message of congratulations from executive management. The Vice Chancellor, Prof. Thandi Matsa Erasmus, wishes all of you well. And in her absence, I will stand here and do the word of welcome. Welcome to members of senior management that are here, which includes all the deans that have been mentioned by Prof. Lekwara already, except my dean in the School of Dentistry, and I'm going to add the name of Prof. Irene Munjelele to the list. Prof, apologies for leaving you out, representing the School of Dentistry. Everybody else has been mentioned. We also want to welcome all the vice deans that are represented here and the directors that are in the room. I also want to take this moment to welcome the academic leaders, the people that do the hard work at night, marking scripts, getting complaints from students, the heads of the different departments in the School of Medicine, welcome. This is your party as well. The other academics that are here with us today, welcome. The Dr. George Mukari Academic Hospital Management that is sitting here in front, thank you for making sure that we have a clinical training platform. You are most welcome. Can I also welcome the student leadership that are here, in particular the School of Medicine chairperson, Vumboni Mahlaule, representing all the students here today. We are really grateful to our keynote speaker, Dr. Esop, who is here. Thank you for gracing the occasion. She will be introduced formally by the Dean of the school. We want to say welcome to all the sponsors who make sure that this place looks beautiful and there are prizes for our students. To the families and the parents and the supporters anxiously waiting for their people to take the oath, a hearty welcome to all of you. Without you giving us your children, your partners, and trusting us to educate them, this occasion would not have happened. So welcome to all the parents, the supporters that are in this hall this morning. I also welcome the administrative team in the School of Medicine, all looking dapper this morning. You are welcome and thank you for organizing this occasion. Now, the people that bring us here today. The final year students in the programs MBA CHB and B-RED. We are here because you are here and you have made it. So welcome yourselves to this occasion. It's really a great day where we collectively, as an institution, say, Professor Chauke, congratulations, the School of Medicine has delivered. The school has delivered on its mandate to train, educate, and produce these beautiful, wonderful professionals sitting next to me. I might use my DVC powers to postpone this by another hour so that you do not take the oath. But I'm not going to do that because I know that you are ready to go out and serve. You are ready to go out and make a difference in the communities that desperately need your services. From my part, as I go sit down, we are saying farewell to you today. We are confident that you are ready. But remember, as you leave, do not stop to learn. Do not stop asking questions. Most importantly, maintain the values of your alma mater, in particular respect, respect for self, respect for others, and respect for your patients. Remember, we have taught you now that the patient is at the center of everything that you do, so very quickly remove yourself from that center. Integrity will remain key. As I go sit down, may I remind you that you represent brand SMU wherever you go. Please carry our name with pride, carry our name with dignity, but also carry our name with courage. Keep your connections to SMU. And I want to wish you, class of 2025, a very bright future. I know you are destined for greatness. Step into that greatness. And to the school leadership, thank you, Prof. Chauke. Thank you, Prof. Majani, for inviting me to this occasion. And I look forward to a great meeting. You are all welcome. And thank you for joining us today.
Thank you, Prof. Mawela. Dr. Liban, when you come to vote of thanks, you just stand and say, Kila Kaleo. Because Prof. Mawela did a great job thanking all of us. Now, the next speaker is the Dean, Prof. Chauke. Now, Prof. Chauke is a cardiothoracic surgeon. I am a neurosurgeon, so there's a competition here. There's a competition between the heart and the brain. We will see today which one wins. So Prof. Chauke will come and speak from the heart, introducing the guest speaker. You're welcome, Prof. Chauke.
Good morning. Good morning, Program Director, the Acting DVC, fellow Deans, Professor Obi is here. So I'm told in Nigeria they say, I rise on protocol that has already been observed. He can confirm if that is true or not. In terms of the competition, I'm not competing because I'm with Team School of Medicine. Together with all the other HODs that are on the floor. I'm also with Team Dinari. They look pretty, isn't it? They've done a very good job. But most of all, I rise on behalf of parents, spouses, partners, better halves. I don't know if I should say Maslalisanes as well, as important part of this occasion. But most of all, our graduandes, we are taking oath of over 300 professionals here today. They are in the programs of MBCHB, BRAD, and Masters in Clinical Psychology. So my job is actually a light one because I have to introduce the guest speaker. But I learned yesterday from Professor Mawela that as a dean of the school, I can also say something. So I'm going to do exactly that. Good morning again. Esteemed faculty, proud families, and most importantly, the graduandes. Today, I'm going to talk a little bit as a word of wisdom to all of you, and I titled this, The Tale of Two Parallels. The Tale of Two Parallels. Today marks the moment you formally step into the role of a physician, a radiographer, a clinical psychologist, bound by oath and duty. As you stand at this threshold, I wish to share with you a story, a tale of two parallels. In your journey, two storylines have run alongside each other, mirroring, contrasting, and intersecting. The first story is that of self-actualization, the realization of your full potential, a deeply personal quest for meaning, growth, and purpose since the time you were born, and it will continue until the day you die. The second is that of professionalism. When you came into our institution, you wanted to gain the skill, and professionalism is the path from student to skilled ethical practitioner, and someday to a retired healer looking back on a life of service. At times, these parallels seem distinct, one inward and the other outward. Yet so often they merge, they overlap and intertwine until it becomes difficult to separate the two. Self-actualization is not about fame or wealth. It is about becoming everything you are capable of becoming. It is marked by self-awareness, the courage to accept your flaws and be corrected, empathy, the ability to feel with your patients, what we call emotional intelligence, creativity and innovation, because health profession demands adaptation, and a focus on broader societal impact. Professionalism on the other side, or on the other hand, is built on competence, mastery, and ethical conduct. It is what the world sees: the white coats, the stethoscopes, the skilled hands, the calm voice. But here is where the two parallels interact or intersect in a powerful way. Your competence as health professionals forms the foundation upon which your self-esteem grows, enables you to reach towards self-actualization. Your performance and innovation in medicine will flourish when your work aligns with your deepest values. When you are not just doing a job, but living a calling. And your ethical practice, the trust you honor, the integrity you uphold, becomes the bridge between your personal growth and your professional duty. Let me remind you thereof. You are entering a profession where the total strangers will undress in front of you, share their deepest fears, and entrust you with their bodies and spirits. Do not ever betray that trust. Can I repeat it again? Do not ever betray that trust. Societal trust, earned through service, is a true wealth of this world. There is wisdom in the words, those that read the Bible. It is in the book of Matthew, and I'll paraphrase it. It says, "Seek first righteousness, and all else will be added unto you." It never works the other way around. Seeking wealth or status first leads only to erosion of integrity, of purpose, and of self. In closing, I leave you with this. Medicine, as I always say, is a serious but exciting business. If practiced with the humanity it deserves, if practiced with the humility it deserves, it will give you the fulfillment you have always longed for in your life. But if practiced with the arrogance it does not deserve, it will humble you, sometimes to the point of destruction. As you take your oath today, remember that you are not just swearing to be professionals. You are committing to a lifelong journey where the parallel lines of who you are and what you do will continually meet, where self-actualization and professionalism become one single meaningful story. Go forth, therefore, heal with skill, serve with heart, and never stop becoming. I think I didn't say serve with your brain. Just say, congratulations. So now I will want to read the biography of our guest speaker, Dr. Hafsa Isop. Dr. Hafsa Isop is a senior lecturer in the Department of Radiography at the University of Pretoria. She holds a PhD in diagnostic radiography, awarded with a merit certificate from the SRC. She is the founder of Predidose, a prototype mobile application designed to improve fetal dose monitoring practices and the well-being of pregnant radiation workers. This pioneering innovation earned her international recognition, including the Best Young Scientist and a professional award at a global conference in Tokyo, Japan. Dr. Isop represents South Africa on the International Commission on Radiological Protection, ICRP, and serves as a mentee on the task group 123 to guide the revision of classifications for harmful radiation-induced outcomes. Under the mentorship of leading international experts in radiation protection, her postdoctoral research aims to contribute to evidence-based policy revision at both national and global levels. She is a member of the Gates Foundation, Early Health Researcher Support Network, and an invited moderator at the 7th Women in Science Symposium. supported by the Department of Science and Technology, facilitating a session on closing the gender gap in STEM, her voice in science. She was also the co-chair of the next generation of scientists at the ICRP conference in Abu Dhabi. Dr. Esop has published several peer-reviewed articles and is deeply committed to public engagement, presenting at multiple and international and national conferences, ensuring that research findings are accessible, meaningful, and beneficial to industry as well as academia. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Esop.
Thank you so much, Prof, for that warm welcome. A very good morning to our distinguished guests, the DVC, management, deans, HODs, academia, all protocol observed. It's an absolute honor and privilege to be here today, and I'd like to start off by echoing the sentiments of the distinguished speakers before me with a huge congratulations to our graduates, their parents, and the lecturers. This is the day you dreamed about. This is the prayer that has been answered. I'm sure when you started, you said, "Dear Lord, please, this is the only thing I'll ever ask of you. Please get me into medical school." And here you are, finished. And we know this journey hasn't been easy. We know that many of you have gone to bed hungry. Many of you have wondered, where on earth will I get the money to complete my studies? And again, here you are. These past few years, I've had the privilege to speak at many scientific engagements, but this is the last place that I expected to be. It was a pleasant surprise. But for me, this is the most important engagement that I have. And that's because 17 years ago, I sat in the very chairs that you're sitting on now. This is the institution that I call home, the place that has shaped me to be the person I am. And today it's the highest honor and privilege to be here. So I'm a first-year lecturer at the University of Pretoria, and when I start my first lecture with my students, I tell them to note this down. It is your attitude that will determine your altitude. And then I also tell them, I narrate this story to them. A little girl, it was the first time on the aeroplane, and the air hostess knelt down and said to her, "Sweetie, when you grow up, you can also fly the aeroplane." And then she said, "Yes, I can, but I can also own the plane too." So that is the power of attitude and perspective. And these two things is what you need when you enter this journey of being a health professional. You're not going to wear your academic transcript on your sleeve. Nobody's going to know how many modules you failed, how long it took you, unless you're standing in front of the Madlanga Commission, then they might ask you that. But at the same time, nobody's going to ask you how many distinctions you got. That's really not a conversation starter. But something they will ask you, definitely. Where are you from? Where did you study? And at that moment, you become the brand ambassador that our DVC has said. You become the brand ambassador of this institution. And that is where you wear your attitude and your perspective on your sleeve. So my life story is a testament to these two things that I've been speaking about. And I really just want to briefly share it with you. In 2006, I was a first year here. I was very passionate. I loved patients. I loved being here. I was counting my blessings, as Prof has said. I really loved everything about being here. But like most of you, there were challenges and there were distractions. There were social distractions, financial distractions. I'm not related to Aesop's furniture, so unfortunately, we weren't that well off. But I pulled all-nighters. I gave my best. But at the time, it just felt like my best wasn't good enough. I finished my degree, and I didn't have any awards. I didn't have any distinctions. But nevertheless, I was still happy to be here. And things took a turn in my ComServe. And there were 10 of us from all different institutions. And I continued to be the person I was. I put my hand up for everything. I continued to love my patients. And having trained at George Mukhari, Mankweng, Petersburg, really made that transition easy. I was able to do everything, the patient profile, I was able to manage everything well. And at the end of the year, I was retained, thank goodness. And the following year, I was invited by hospital management to attend an award ceremony where I got an award for the best allied health professional in the hospital, a runner-up. And that was for me, you know, a big deal because I didn't win anything in my life before, not even a lucky draw. So it was a huge thing for me to have received this. 8 years later, I transitioned to academia. I was studying at the time, and I loved teaching, but my colleagues didn't like my lessons, so I had to move very quickly to academia. I stand here with 27 oral presentations, both internationally and nationally, 14 publications, 4 awards, a prototype mobile app, and a PhD. And I attribute all this, thank you. Thank you so much. I attribute all this to my foundation that I've had here at SMU. For the lecturers who've shaped me, I really attest all of this to you. And also to the attitude, positive attitude. So I want to tell you that attitude at the start of your journey will determine your professional trajectory and the type of health professional you become. Your attitude is a beacon of hope for patients. To our radiographers, you are receiving patients who finally made it to an X-ray. That's a big deal for them. There was a study whereby clinicians reported that patients feel psychologically better having done an X-ray, actually, but they are also anxious. So you are receiving a patient that is vulnerable. They're not just an X-ray request form. I did a social experiment with my first years, and it takes 30 seconds to I have and I acknowledge you conversation. So next time you see that long waiting line and you think there's no time to care, there actually is. To our clinical psychologists, the patient has put off getting help for their whole life. You have one chance to nail it. 2 things can happen after your consultation. The patient can say, oh, why did it take so long for me to get here? Or, this is the reason why I never came. And to our doctors, patients wait 8 hours to have 5 minutes of your time. They long to be acknowledged and spoken to and not about. There was a recent post on Good Guys Things, that's like a blog with all good vibes, and there was a grandma with end-stage cancer, and they could do nothing for her, but she was seen by a doctor, and they sent her home because it was palliative care. The children reported that this grandmother couldn't stop talking about this doctor. She couldn't cure her, but she cared, and that's the kind of attitude that we need. But my dear health professionals, whilst your attitude can be a beacon of hope, it can also be soul-crushing. It can be that final straw that pushes your patients over. My dear health professionals, attitude is perspective. It's not my job, it's tea, it's Christmas. Why her and not me? Why me and not her? I don't have to say much, but hopefully you can understand and join the dots of what I'm trying to say. In a time where job security is not guaranteed, make sure you shine, you leave a mark, and be remembered. So people will say, shame, that one, she was good. Not, good riddance to that one. I encourage you to not waste your energy making sad TikToks about how you'll have no job soon while you still have a job. Instead, channel that energy to something useful. Come January next year, have a plan A, B, and C saved towards it, so that come December, you're not making that sad TikTok with a ring light and no solution to any of your problems. And finally, please send money home. You will never be able to repay your parents and grandparents for everything they've done for you. They have raised you. Now it's time to raise their bank balance. I've got you, parents. Thank you. So as I conclude, I appeal to you to acknowledge the power of perspective, the power of attitude. And as you take your oath today, please remember the health professional that you're committing to be. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Isop. Please send money home. Black tax, as I believe. You know, when Prof. Chauke spoke, now I understood why the brain broke up with the heart. Because the heart wanted more feelings than thoughts. And he didn't have the nerve. That time has come. That time has come. Let me ask Prof. Chauke to come up to stage to come and administer the MBCHB oath taking ceremony.
Silence, please. Now we are entering a solemn moment. And that's the reason why you have relatives and colleagues and whoever with you, because you are taking oath not to yourself, but you are promising to the community that you are going to serve that you will abide by this oath. May I request all the MBCHB about to be interns and doctors to stand up, please. I hope you have your pens with yourselves, because at the end of this, we want to see you signing the oath yourself in the hall. All right, I'm going to say I, and then you say your name, and then we'll continue like that, okay? We're going to start. I. Let's start again. I say I, and then you say your name. You can't say my name. I herewith solemnly declare that above all else, my first consideration will be the well-being of my patients. Irrespective of race, gender, religious, and political persuasion and affiliation. I will exercise my profession to the best of my knowledge and ability. For the safety and welfare of my patients. And for the health and well-being of the community. I will actively guard against all human rights abuses. I will strive for good relationship with my patients based on respect, communication, and trust. I will not improperly divulge any patient's confidence. I'll give my patients complete information about their treatment possibilities and maintain the value of informed consent. I will consult with or refer to my colleagues when necessary. I will constantly maintain and improve my professional skills. I'll promote ethical standards in community engagement, including research, education, training, and service. I will always uphold the good name and traditions of my university and promote its welfare. Welcome to the profession. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. You may sit down and sign on your oath document. Please sign. We want to see you signing. Thank you very much.
Sign, sign. If you don't have a pen, ask for one. Ke tla o kadima. Sign. Let me call on Dr. Mpofu to come and administer the BRAD oath taking.
Good morning. May the BRAD students stand up. Prof. Lekwaro, you'll remember, was standing at the same spot last year, the 100% squad stand up. They are still the 100% squad. Now can call you colleagues. You will follow me in taking the oath here. And then I'll start by saying I. When I say I, you say your names, not Dr. Mpofu's name. Please, thank you. I herewith solemnly declare that above all else, my consideration will be the well-being of my patients, irrespective of the race, gender, religious, and political persuasion and affiliation. I'll exercise my profession to the best of my knowledge and ability, for the safety and welfare of my patients and for the health and well-being of the community. I will actively guard against all human rights abuses. I will strive for good relationship with my patient based on respect, communication, and trust. I will not improperly divulge any patient's confidence. I'll give my patients complete information about their treatment, possibilities, and maintain a value of informed consent. I will consult with or refer to my colleagues when necessary. I will constantly maintain and improve my professional skills. I will promote ethical standard in community engagement, including research, education, training, and service. I will always uphold the good name and tradition of the university, of my university, and promote its welfare. Thank you. You are welcome to Radical. Yeah, the 100% squad, you can sit down and sign your oath. Thank you.
They call you the 100% squad. Congratulations. You know, in rugby, we have the bomb squad as well, you know. Lastly, let me call on Professor Baloyi to come and administer the MSc Clinical Psychology oath taking. Prof. Baloyi. I respect Prof. Baloyi because he's a psychologist, so he always deals with our problems.
Thank you, Professor Nkulu, Professor Lakwara, Fambis Wantiro. I must admit I got worried when the Dean was talking because he was encroaching in our field, talking about empathy, self-actualization. So you better work hard because we have competition. So we're going to now go through the psychologist's pledge or credo, and I would like the clinical psychology students who are now transitioning into the practicum side to stand up. The pledge is slightly longer, but it's consistent with a psychologist's work. Minimum consultation time is an hour, so people will understand. So I'm going to say I, you say your name, and we go on like that. I herewith solemnly pledge that I hereby aspire to unconditionally abide by the following professional obligations with humility and to the best of my ability and judgment. As a psychology professional, my foremost responsibility is to promote the mental health and wellness of humankind. This includes balancing societal prosperity with human flourishing. I am professionally and ethically bound to serve those societies, institutions, and lives with which I interact professionally with integrity, respect, and dignity. I commit to doing the right thing fairly and consistently, and to causing no harm. I endeavor to be just, to respect individuals' differences, and to encourage equality and diversity. I speak out against all wrongs. Through my practice, teaching, training, and supervision, I share my competence and professionalism with those who are motivated and able to follow in our footsteps. I have a duty to always manage my own wellness. This enables me to optimize my contributions. I engage in activities in which I have acquired a competence that is above reproach. I take pride in our scientific credibility. My practice is evidence-based, and I evaluate all information critically and impartially. I understand that my knowledge and skills give me expert authority, and I commit to using that insight openly and responsibly. I am professionally responsible and accountable in all of my actions and interactions. As a psychologist, I strive to live up to the expectations associated with this worthy profession. Therein lies the trust that society places in me and the profession of psychology. May I live and preserve the finest traditions of my profession and long experience the joy of making a true difference. Thank you. May you now sign in front of everyone.
Congratulations, congratulations. Now I understand why they are psychologists. It's such a long oath, you know. And Prof. Baloy, I don't understand. You know, if a patient comes in and says, Doctor, I feel like nobody understands me. And the next question is, what do you mean by that? Obviously, he said he thinks nobody understands him. No, congratulations, guys. Let me introduce 2025 graduates, MSHB, BRAD, MSc Clinical Psychology. Congratulations. You must go out there, represent us with pride. We don't want to get stories as a belief. No Madlanga Commission for SMU graduates, please, as a belief. Now the time has come to present awards. We want to know who got distinctions, who broke my record, and how many distinctions. Okay, first one, let me welcome the SAMA representative and the HOD of, or representative of family medicine. We will be doing the FMPHC Student Summer Award. I would like to have the HODs and the reps that side. They can stand on the red carpet in front of the beautiful flower. Ladies. Let the drum roll. The best family medicine student is Dr. Cronje. Let me call Prof. Maepa on the red carpet, please. Going to do MSc Clinical Psychology hours. All of them. Let's start with the best student in ethics in MSc Clinical Psychology. And it goes to Mupulusi Makananisa. Best student in clinical practice in MSc Clinical Psychology goes to Mupulusi Makananisa. Best overall student in clinical psychology with a 78% mark goes to Mupulusi Makananisa. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Congratulations, Mupulusi. The Leadership Excellence Award in MSc Clinical Psychology goes to Selaelo Debang. Today he has adopted Selaelo Debang, ke Selaelo wa Lekgowa. Yes.
Good morning, good morning. Thank you, Program Director. We would like to acknowledge the friends to the Department of Clinical Psychology, our sponsors for our beautiful trophies. You did see our trophies are really beautiful. Our sponsors for these awards is the Friend PPS. They sponsored our trophies to the best students. And then Ms. Nobantu Masibelonwe from Liberty Group, the best student won 2,500 rands and 1,500 rands. So hard work does pay. Thank you.
I had to allow Prof. Maepa, she's a psychologist, for my mental health. We're going to the Department of Anatomy, Professor Ndo. Professor Ndo, red carpet, please. The first award is the Beckman Instrument Award for the best medical student in anatomy. And that goes to T. Mashabela. I don't know if the Riza Lange representative is here. Obvious. Now the next award is the Riza Lange Prize for the best medical student in anatomy, and that is worth 4,000 rands. Minus 10% tithe comes to me. That goes to T. Mashabela. Yes. Let me invite Prof. Majane, the Deputy Dean, and Prof. Koto, I didn't see Dr. Mtembu. Red carpet. I don't know if the Prof. Modiba's family is here. If you can join, please. Now, this award is the Professor MCM Modiba Memorial Prize, an award for the best final year student, and it's to the amount of 5,000 rand. For those that know, Prof. Modiba was our head of the department in general surgery one of our teachers. And the best student in general surgery is K. Tuani. K. Tuani. While they're taking a photo, I'll call on the second best student in general surgery, Yuzet Dube. Yes. And while they're taking a photo, I'll call the following students who receive certificates for distinctions. And the following are A.M. Cronier, N. Lusunzi, M.H. Lishabani, K. Khamedi, and lastly, K. Keshna.
One day you will make me proud.
I just received some extra sponsorship, money comes to me. Others are giving me 10%, others are giving me tithe and give me, black tax. I need to add, I need the family medicine representative to join Prof. Majani. Family medicine rep to join Prof. Majani.
Yeah, the regap already got out of business. This goes to, and then.
Remember I told you that the best student was Kroniene, but I need to do others. There's more money. Now, I have 2 awards to do, and these are students who got distinctions in MSHB 6 2025 in family medicine. The first voucher is for 2,000 rands, a gift voucher. It comes from the SAPPF manual and certificate, and that goes to 2 doctors. NL Zita, Jansen van Vuren. The other two who also received vouchers, who got distinctions in family medicine are MD Sekano and N. Vivius. I hope I'm pronouncing it properly. Yes, I told you there are 5. We've just done 4, and they. Well, I can still count. We've just done 4, and the overall student who got a distinction in family medicine is Dr. Cronier. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Let me ask Dr. Olede to join Prof. Mojani on the stage. We are now going to Department of Internal Medicine. The first prize for the best student in internal medicine, first prize, which is a floating trophy and a EFT of 3,000 rands minus 300, that's 2,700. Remember, 10% comes to me, plus a certificate goes to Dr. M. Nemaembeni. Thank you. The second prize, just stand here so we can take photos with the rest of the other people. The second prize, which will be a trophy and obviously EFT of 2,000 rands plus a certificate, goes to Dr. A. Dupree. Third prize, number 3. Don't go too far for photos with the rest, yes. Third prize, which is a trophy and a check. No, we no longer write checks, ne? Oh, an EFT of 2,000 rands plus a certificate goes to Dr. W.P. Shibambu. Yes. I will then call the following doctors. Please let's not make noise until I call all of them, and then we can ululate and dance. Okay, the following are the best students in general surgery, in internal medicine, sorry. Internal medicine, we got distinctions. Dr. Viviers, JC Ilme, RN Ledwaba, NP Mgomezulu, AMV Sagir, K. Krishna, O. Masilela, and K. Tuwani. And these are the best students in internal medicine. You can all then take a photo.
That fuck 'em up. A minor.
By the way, guys, these are just the top few. For all those candidates, by the way, I said these are the top few. All the students who got distinctions in general surgery, internal medicine, family medicine, you must go to the department to get your certificates. So these are the top 10 and so on, but many more of you got distinctions, and congratulations. Professor Samgolele, we are now doing the orthopedic surgery. Prof. Samgolele will join Prof. Majani. The best students in orthopedic surgery. We have a tie. We have 2 highest distinctions in orthopedic surgery. And these students are L. Pompi and NP Mgomezulu. And the following The following students got distinctions in orthopedic surgery. These are outstanding performers. I will call all of them and then we can clap hands for them. Dr. Dupree, K. Krishna, W. Malada, ZLZ Manueli, and J.K. Selai.
Some kind of time, all of us are seeing shoes. And we still double down, calling us some slaves. Atlanta was the mecca where the railroads and trains. Better wait for a second, let me get y'all on things. The better look, the shoes account for to make them richer. Fast forward 2024, you got the same agenda. You run to Atlanta when you need a check balance. Let me break it down for you. You never try to keep. You caught the future when you didn't see the club. What little baby, help me get your people up. What 21, get your first street cred. They don't make you feel like you a slime in your head. What Grandma said you could be from Northside. What 2 chains say you could run a yacht. You run to Atlanta when you need a few dollars.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Prof. Golele. Let me come to my comrades, the psychiatrists. Is Dr. Mazibuko here or a representative of psychiatry? If we do not have, Prof. Majani will be the psychiatrist today. Top Achievers Awards in Psychiatry. And these receive EFTs of 2,000 rands each. We have 3 students, and these are NP Velase, MS Mashishi, SB Muloi. Hey, the same names. Mashishi and Muloi. Woza sis. Sekhathe Sihlako. Yes. Congratulations. These are the best students in psychiatry. Okay, the best one now we come to obstetrics and gynecology. I didn't see Prof. Mashamba, the representative from obstetrics and gynecology. Oh, Wara. Now the obstetricians, because it's a double barrel or it's a name and surname, they always come in twos. Obstetrics and gynecology. I should have been Trevor Noah. You know, I'm getting these jokes. Okay, the best student in obstetrics and gynecology, and these 2, we said hi, they get an EFT of 1,500. These are AMV Sagar and M Rafapa.
Yes, say OVO.
Don't go far, just stand here for photos, just here at the corner here. And the certificates for best students who got distinctions in ONG are N. Vivius. You must teach me how to pronounce your surname. L. Mohammed Khan. M.S. Mashishi. T. Mashabela. K. Tuwani. And K. Krishna. Smile, smile. Yes, congratulations, congratulations. Coming to the Department of Pediatrics and Child Health, Dr. Zigalala. You can join the Dean, please. First prize of a student, best student in pediatrics and child health, that comes to the value of 1,500 rands, goes to AMV Sagir. Congratulations. The second best student in pediatrics and child health, who gets a check of about 1,000 rands, not check, EFT, goes to K. Krishna. And the third student, best student in pediatrics and child health, who also gets a check, yes, check, of 1,000 rands, goes to NL Zita. Dr. Mpofu, if you can join Prof. Majani. If you can join red carpet. Now these students got distinctions in advanced magnetic resonance imaging, MRI, in 2025. And the top 3 students that got these distinctions are S. Madinane, Amod, K. Amod, and C. Marareni. I hope it's Mahacheni, but is it Mahacheni or Marareni? Mahacheni, I suspected, yes. Stand for photos. Smile, that's a beautiful. The next category is where we have 6 students that got distinctions in advanced computerized tomography, the CT scan, in 2025. These are May S. Kwarare IT, Zimu EM, Musenwa DR, Malamule N, and Manyama MT. Okay, you can take a photo now. Smile on candid camera. Thank you very much. You can have a seat. The following students got distinctions in research project in 2025. These are top 8 students who got distinctions in research, and these are EM Zimu, KD Mabelane, MD Nkonwana, WN Nkuku, S Madinane, S Mkunu, LL Mkize, and MN Mkachwa. Don't sleep, I sleep. Thank you, you can have a seat. Now, the best student in Imaging Science 3 in 2025, best student, goes to S. Madinane. Yes, now we come to the best overall clinical achievers of 2025. Best overall clinical achievers. First position goes to D. Musenwa. Second position goes to S. May. And position 3 goes to S. Simelane. Now they did research and they're working in groups. So we will announce which groups were the best in research. First position, overall research group for 2025 is a group which was supervised by Ms. Mutsepe. Ms. Mutsepe, yes. Second group, so we'd like to get a representative of the group to come. Yes. Receive, please. And second position is group 6, which was supervised by MS Tulo. Ms. Tulo. The representative was. Okay, Matulo. Someone please represent. Jake? And the last group, which took third position, is group number 4, which was supervised by Mr. Tubachal. Got you. Got you. Where's the rep? Okay, we're going to just do the last remaining awards for period. Now we have outstanding achievement, which is an overall magnetic resonance imaging award. Overall goes to S. Madinane. An outstanding achievement award, which is an overall computerized tomography award, goes to S. May. How did you know? Now, the Best Overall Academic Achievers Award For the first, second, and third positions in BRAD, position 1 goes to Madinane S. Second position goes to Sima Khacheni. I got it right this time. And the third position goes to KD Mabelane. Now, after this photo, you must smile, Mabelane. Now, the best overall student for 2025, best overall, goes to S. Madinane. Oh, lovely. Congratulations. We are done now. Can I have Prof. Chauke? Prof. Chauke, we are going to do overall Top Achievers Award in the School of Medicine. No, they did come from.
Yeah, we're done.
There's a representative who gave prizes for the top achievers.
I want both. No. Okay, I can
Mental work.
Prof. Chauke, as I was watching one of the commissions, I can only someone says, "Shoo, good really, the tlhaku botlhoko." So we're doing the overall Achievers Award in the following programs. And each one of them receives a gift voucher of 2,000 rands. And these are overall achievers this year. For MDCHB, Top Achievers Award goes to M. Sagir. And Dr. Sagir obtained an overall average percentage of 80.6%. The Top Achievers Award for Clinical Psychology for 2025 goes to M. Makananisa. Ms. Makananisa obtained an average of 78%. The overall top achiever in B-Rad goes to S. Madinane. Ndate Madinane got an overall mark of 76.6%. Now, here are the MCHB Top Achievers Awards, and these are sponsored by My Mental Health. So, there are ties. They are up to number 5, but they are ties, you know. So we have one number 1, one number 2. No, don't say one number 3. 2 number 3s, 3 number 4s, and 5 number 5. I'm joking. 1 number 5. Okay. I will start from number 5, who achieved 78%, who received EFT of 1,000 rand. That's A.M. Grenier.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah. Okay. Yeah?
I will do the 3 number 4s.
Did you call them, the company?
Let me ask My Mental Health to join Prof. Chauke. My Mental Health. We are now going to do the number 4s. We have 3 number 4s. And these obtained 78.3%. And each one of them receives 1,000 rands. And these are T. Mashabela, M. Namaimbeni, and N. Viviers. I hope they're smiling. Are they smiling? Oh, okay. Now we're doing position 3. We have a tie, 2 position 3s. And each one of these will receive 2,000 rands. And the 2 students are K. Tuwani and MJ Rafapa. Both these students receive an overall mark of 78.6%. Position 2. This student obtained a mark of 79.3% and receives a check of 2,000 rands, and the student is K. Kashner. Position 1, who's the best overall student, who's receiving a check of 2,000 rands with an overall percentage of 80.6%, and that's Dr. A.M. Sager. We are done, yes. Thank you very much. Prof. Majane, it looks like you'll have to go on the carpet. Just a note is that when we did the B-Red Achievers Awards, the Best Outstanding Achievement Award, we failed and we did not mention that that award is sponsored by TechMed. So TechMed sponsored that best award. Congratulations and thank you, TechMed. Now we're going to do departmental awards. Departmental awards. Best clinical department in MBCHB. The award goes to, that's the best clinical department in MBCHB, goes to orthopedic surgery.
Hey, tell me the cook. I'm joking.
Second award is the best non-clinical department in MBCHB. Goes to chemical pathology.
So I don't know the students one.
I'll make it plain. I'll make it plain. Don't worry, I'll make it plain.
Best senior lecturer in MBCHB. Best senior lecturer. Professor B.H. Mokoni. Let me ask Dr. Mthembu to come and receive the award on her behalf. I don't see Prof. Mokoni here, so Dr. Mthembu will receive the award on her behalf, yes. Now, the best junior lecturers, I'm using the plural deliberately, lecturers. In undergraduate teaching, we have two, we have a tie, best junior lecturers, and these are Dr. L. Munama and Dr. R.R. Baloyi. May I have the representatives from the departments to come and receive them? I see Prof. Golele. Now, the best clinical rep in BRAD goes to Kgothatso Mabelane. You see, photos are important. If there's someone I want them to take a photo again here, I'll tell you about it. Dr. Mthembu had to make sure that he gets the right box. So that's the best class rep for BRAD, Kgothatso Mabelane. See, I'm already planning them. No? Best class rep for clinical psychology is Selaelo Debang. So Selaelo is represented by, yes, you want? And in clinical practice, they are going to call you Selaelo. The best class rep for MBCHB is Tsepiso Apane. Who was the student? Now there's a photo I'd like to have, you can come, there's a photo that needs to be taken. Can I have the PPS representative, please? You need to appear on photos as a belief. And Professor Maepa and Mupulusi was, come take a photo. We need to have it. Otherwise, PPS will no longer sponsor us. And Prof. Baloyi. So these were the sponsors of that Top Achievers Award. Come with your staff, you know. You received, I know you have a lot of them. Yes, we were on commercial break. This is called commercial break, Papatso. So the Y2Ks, the Y2Ks will not know what Papatso is. It's only us who know. Smile, smile. There you are. But for them, you take 2 photos. For others, you take 1. Okay. Thank you very much. We are done with the Achievers Awards. DJ, shall we take a break? Let me have some water. Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. Just stand up and stretch, and in 3 minutes we'll be down. 3 minutes will be down. Don't go anywhere.
Desperado, many, my amigo, Balotelli, it is give me photo, paparazzi, don't you look, compare me, Desperado, many, my amigo, Balotelli, it is give me photo, paparazzi. Don't you look
Oh yes, now we're coming to the last part of the program. Shall we get seated? I was just drinking water. Let me just drinking water quickly. Shall we get seated? Shall we get seated, please? Silence. Okay, now it's time to have the speeches. First person who will speak will be the SRC representative. Let me ask Vumboni Mahlaule to come and talk on behalf of the SRC.
You know, standing in front of a crowd is something else. But an educated crowd, it's a little bit scary. Amanda! Away to! No, thank you very much. Allow me to send my salutations to the university management, the school management, and of course the School of Medicine with its academic giants led by Professor Senga Chauke, deputized by Professor Harold Manjane, the HODs behind me, and of course the parents and guardians in front of me, and our lovely graduates. I greet you all. You know, sometimes when I hear this guy saying, no, my brother, I'm going to take oath, I'm going to be a doctor now, I feel like, you know, we get motivated. Unfortunately, some say, no, you are bragging. Let me tell you, if someone says you are bragging, you must stay away from that person. You must stay away from that person. What do you mean I'm bragging? I've been here for 6 years. I've been here for like 4 years. You tell me I'm bragging, I'm a doctor. You know what I mean? People love to say, Kosi Wheelie. And indeed, the course has fallen. And I must say, I'm really proud of you. In Xitsonga, we say, Shito tekankari. Kufika, hita fika. Shingendleki, shingaendleki. Namunta, shendleki. I believe in my walk. You know, some of us have sought quite a number of things. Guidance is which I pride myself from, have taken from the class of 2025. And I've seen quite a number of guys coming to take awards in here. I wasn't shocked. Boshibambu, Dupree, I was expecting that, in fact. You know, some giving us the academic, social, and of course political guidance. But the likes of Dr. President Mdakane, shout out to you, my brother. Dr. President Tatu Maseko 2.0. I must say, this is history. Seeing one of the presidents of the SRC graduating at the same time. No, it really is a proud moment. You know, I've had quite a number of congratulations, and I want to try to be a little bit different. In Espanol, they say felicidades. And I say to you, congratulations to our doctors, our radiographers, and of course, clinical psychologists. Nobody really talks about the high drive that we have when we move or transition from the high school to the university world. You know, you have that top achiever mentality. And when you get here, you know, you get physics, chemistry, and English. You're like, nah, I did these things in high school. It shouldn't be difficult, you know? I realized myself, when somebody told me this, I was like, my brother, we got distinctions in matric. What are you talking about? They're like, my brother, don't underestimate this thing. They will murder you, you know? And some of us who, you know, were exceptional essay writers, were like, no, don't worry, we got this thing. And we were taught English in Shitsonga. When we arrive here, you must know English and speak English in English. You know, so you get to understand there's a different NQF level when you move from, you know, high school coming into university. And some of us, you find that we are now on survival mode. It's not really the obsession of distinctions that you had, and it really is heartbreaking. And it's a difficult journey for most of us who are still in the journey. Of course, those who are finished, know you are better than us. I must say that it showed most of us flames. I'm still seeing flames as a fourth year now, and seeing some of these guys graduating and guiding us and all of that, giving us strategies on how to go about these courses. It really is motivating. You know, but at the end of the day, you realize that no, I'm actually living in my answered prayers. It may be difficult, but those who believe in high power, myself, I believe in high power. I really, really appreciate and understand that we are indeed living in our prayers. And so I must emphasize that there are many who have applied. I mean, 1,500 can apply and they only take 155 from matric. And you realize you are the top 10%. How amazing is that? You see, you have some good times and bad times in this degree. And one of the good days you'll study, you know, at night. Let's say you study about diabetes. Then you get to the wards. They ask you, you reiterate properly, you sound smart, and you feel proud of yourself. But one of the good days, one of the bad days, you find a doctor asking you about something you said you'll study tomorrow. But now they're asking you the nitty-gritties of a disease, and it really is difficult. And they're embarrassing you in front of the baddies there. You're like, my brother, but I wanted to graduate with my own person. You are embarrassing me now. So it becomes a very difficult thing. So there's a great deal of character development that goes on. And to see some of you have graduated, it really does motivate most of us. And that's where the senior students come in. You know, by the way, these final years are very intelligent. They are very intelligent. They carried most of us during the year. You'd find that you're struggling to adjust, moving into the clinical years, and you know, they just help you get through that with ease. Unfortunately, there comes a time where you have brothers who are in politics and all of that. You have your political differences. But this guy, you understand, they can give you the knowledge that you need. But then because of that conflict, you realize that it's arrogance that is actually getting in between me. Unfortunately, arrogance not only steals an opportunity to learn, it repels those who can turn you into a magnificent human being, leaving you an incorrigible soul that eventually self-destructs. Speaking of arrogance, it brings me to teamwork. You know, unfortunately, we don't have paramedics today, but they are part of the School of Medicine. You understand that a child is brought from, let's say, from their home because they have a fracture or something. It's the paramedics that bring those people in, the child who perhaps may be abused. And the doctors in the casualty department will then accept that kind of a child. And as that happens, they try to establish exactly what's happening. That's where the radiographers come in. You find that they find some old fractures that the child has had for a number of times. You realize, no, in fact, there's an ongoing child abuse in here. And you realize that if this thing is not dealt with holistically so, the child might have a very serious trauma. And that's where our clinical psychologists come in. And I want to emphasize that we need that teamwork. You're not going to work in isolation. Some of you, as interns, will be requesting CT scans before X-rays. And then the radiographers come and tell you, but my brother, you can't be doing that. And that is where the advice of the Honorable Henry Ford comes in. Coming together is the beginning. Keeping together is progress. But working together is success. And that's what we need in here.
Ladies and gentlemen, may we please have silence as a belief. We're left with a few minutes.
Yeah.
May we have silence. You still have the whole afternoon to discuss those issues. As a belief, please.
No, thank you, MC. As I was talking about that, you realize that teamwork is in fact essential. Recently we had the GBV shutdown on the 21st of November. What a terrible thing that has happened. And I would like us to have a moment of silence to honor those who have been abused, who have lost their lives to that GBV epidemic. Can we start a moment of silence? Thank you. We may lift our heads. The moment of silence signifies that there are quite a number of things that are happening in our communities. And if we don't combine that teamwork as healthcare professionals, we might not achieve the goal that we want to achieve, which is healing patients. Speaking about that, I remember I was studying community health of Dr. Lidibane, I think he's here. I came across healthcare ethical principles. Those who remember from first year, we have your autonomy, beneficence, and justice. But of interest to me was non-maleficence. Those who remember properly in Latin, it's primum non nocere, which directly translates to first do no harm. But what was interesting to me beneath that statement was what was written, and it said, for one to uphold the principle of non-maleficence, you have to be a very knowledgeable and a very well-trained clinician. And if you analyze that properly, you realize that if I prescribe metronidazole and I don't know the contraindications, I might actually kill a patient. And most of us not most of us, most of you have gotten this cum laudes. You're doing incredibly well. But of course, there's something that you need to patch here and there. And I'm saying to you, it should be a homework to go patch that. We are, in fact, wanting to uphold this non-maleficence principle. But I am of enormous belief that this cohort, with their 100%, of course, in Bered, I saw Dr. Mpofu was proud right there. I think we are very much safe. But as I close, I want to say this. I remember Prof. Mawela, the DVC of Academic and Research, said we cannot talk about SMU without including Medunsa. But we are SMU now. And by virtue of that qualification that you have, medicine, B.Red, or psychology, you then made yourself a brand ambassador of SMU. We hold the determination of how the prospective students of SMU who are in matric will look at the School of Medicine at SMU. Let's go out there and ensure that we represent ourselves well. Professor Chauke said, guard your reputation because your life depends on it. Please go guard your reputation. Guard the reputation of Sifako Mahato Elsasins University. Blossom into something extraordinary, because if you don't, you'll remain just a potential. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I have absolutely no doubt that you are going to represent us absolutely well. Thank you very much.
The next one to speak will be the B-Red rep. That will be Kgothatso Mabelane.
Thank you, sir. Okay. Hey, Mara, guys, I'm disappointed in you. Like, I haven't heard anyone singing this song, yeah? Ta tentekele sana mare, ta tentekele, ta tentekele, kubo ya tuto sana mare.
We'll close with it. We'll close with it. Not now. This color papa.
Okay. To the esteemed deanery, distinguished lecturers, honored guests, proud families, and our newly diagnosed doctors, clinical psychologists, and diagnostic radiographers, Nda, Dumelang, Sanbonan, Abshe. It is with deep gratitude and overwhelming joy that I stand before you today, and as a newly qualified diagnostic radiographer, and as someone who is privileged of serving this exceptional class as a class representative. The road brought us to this moment was not smooth. It required discipline, sacrifice, long nights, early mornings, courage we sometimes didn't know that we had. Yet, every challenge, we rose, we learned, we persisted, and today, we stand victorious. Before anything else, I want to honor the people that stood behind us long before we even knew what radiographic positioning was. To our families and loved ones, you carried us through exam stress, clinical pressure, early mornings, and days where motivation ran thin. Your prayers, your sacrifices, your patience, these moments belong to you as much as it belongs to us. To the SMU staff, every lecturer, every clinical coordinator, admin officer, security guard, cleaner, and every unseen hand. You created the environment that shaped us into the professional who can proudly stand here today. You challenged us, you guided us, you prepared us for the realities of the field. We see you, we appreciate you, and we honor your role in our chain. To my classmates, me and my deputy rep, Molebeng Madisha, serving you as your club representatives was one of our greatest honors of our time in SMU. We studied together, we cried together, we fought through deadlines together. You have taught me what unity looks like, what resiliency looks like, and what this meant to show for standing up for one another. This class will forever hold a special place in my heart. We may not be the first cohort of this new curriculum, but being the second group came with its own expectations. There was a silent pressure to prove that the success of the first cohort was not a once-off accomplishment. There was a responsibility to show consistency, excellence, growth within the new curriculum. And today, we stand proudly with a 100% pass rate, carrying forward the excellence of this curriculum, setting the tone of every cohort that comes after us. We did not just meet the standard. We matched it, we honored it, and we strengthened it. Radiography is not just about scanning, positioning, and pressing buttons. It is precision, it is compassion, it is where technology meets humanity. As we step into the profession, we enter the world hungry for innovation. South Africa needs radiographers who are bold, visionary, and people who will excel in MRI advancements, forensic imaging, and CT innovation. We are ready for this. We step forward with confidence, skill, and purpose. As we transition into the working world, there will be moments that test us, moments where the workload is heavy, the pressure is intense, and the environment feels overwhelming. In those moments, please remember this. We trained for this, we've proven ourselves, and we earned our place. And above all, never forget the one who carried us when our strength fell short. The gift in you is secret. Protect it, honor it, and uplift others. May God bless your journey, keep your hands steady, your heart compassionate, and your purpose clear. Congratulations, class of 2025. They didn't believe in us, but God did. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Kgothatso. The next to speak is an MCHB 6 rep, Tshepiso Apane.
Thank you very much, Program Director. Program Director, in as much as the protocol has been observed, I am compelled to send my special greetings to the Office of the Deputy Vice Chancellor. Hello, Prof. Mawela. Special greetings to the heads of departments and the members of those departments. Special greetings to the family, friends, and the house at large. Special greetings to the Office of the Deans, and special greetings to our esteemed guests. To the class of 2025, I have a message for you. Do not be bound by the chains conjured by the statue of Dr. Sefako Makgato. What do I mean? As you depart, or rather as you leave these premises of this institution, if you are driving, the statue is on your right. If you are walking by the sidewalk, the statue is on your left. If you were to artistically observe that statue, you will notice that it has its back against the institution which it is named after. So colleagues, in your context, since you have finished your studies, when you leave this institution, make sure you do not have your back against this institution. How do you do that? Be part of the alumni programs. Those programs are here to ensure that another student who is from the same village sits in the very same seats that you are sitting right now. Make sure that you contribute to the alumni and the convocation programs. Those programs are used to make sure that there is no financial exclusion in this institution. So make sure that when you leave, you become part of those programs. My last message, Program Director, before I retire to my seat, I would like to quote a very popular poet during the 2000s. He is known by Mr. Kelvin Broders Jr., popularly known by the international community as Snoop Dogg. He says, "Congratulations, you all made it. You climbed that mountain. You did that work. You stayed strong even when the odds were stacked against you. All of your life you were the underdog. They told you you weren't good enough. You are dreaming big. They said that kid from the village won't make it. But guess what? You didn't let none of that stop you. You stayed true to yourself, you stayed focused on the vision, and you turned the no's into the yeses. You see adversity, it's like a jam to the soul. It's heavy, it's painful, but it builds you. Every time you wanted to quit, every time life wanted to break you, you chose to stand tall. That's what makes you great. Today is not just about oath-taking ceremony. It's about the grind. It's about the sleepless nights, the sacrifices, the prayers that you whispered when no one was watching. It's all about the moments you could have folded, but you did not. Class of 2025, the underdog story is the realest story there is. Because when you come from nothing, you appreciate everything. You hustle different, you love different, and you live different. So today, I need you to do 3 things, colleagues. Stay humble, never forget where you come from. Stay true, always be real with yourself and the world, because the world don't need copies anymore. It needs originals. And trust me, no one else can do what you do the best. No one else can do what you do the way you do it. And stay hungry. Keep that fire in your soul. Program Director, before I retire to my seat, it will be a Schedule 6 offense if I do not honor these colleagues of mine who are at the helm of managing the class of 2025. And their names read as follows: Poppy Rose Lidobo, Mudzunga Moraro Manena, Lebohang Tuse, Katlego Delin Nzizwana, Precious Galane, Itumeleng Leonard Baloi, Valencia Nomfundo Muyeni, Milton Abel Ndlovu, and Tintswalo Ndlovu. Thank you very much, Program Director.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Now we'll have the representative of clinical psychology, L. Woodford. Selaelo. Now I'm going to call you Selaelo.
Good morning to the Acting Vice Chancellor, the Deans, the faculty members, distinguished guests, and of course, our parents, families, and the fellow students. Before I start the speech, I need to acknowledge the fact that this is a group effort. As you will note, MSc Clinical Psychology does everything together. So this is a form of plagiarism where I acknowledge that I've only contributed 40% of this speech. It is a profound honor to stand before you today at this oath-taking ceremony at Sefako Mokgato Health Science University. And I would like to, on behalf of the students of our class, wish to express our sincere gratitude to the Department of Clinical Psychology, the lecturers, the supervisors, administrative staff, as well as the interns, as we have to acknowledge the entire SMU community, have assisted in shaping us as healthcare professionals, grounded in excellence, integrity, respect, and accountability. Your guidance has prepared us not only for our internship, but for our future as clinical psychologists. Your guidance has put us in a position where we can serve our citizens of South Africa and potentially abroad. Today's oath is deeply meaningful for us as future psychologists. We enter a profession that deals with the most vulnerable parts of human experiences: pain, trauma, identity, and the healing process. As clinical psychologists in training, we are reminded that every individual that we will encounter carries a personal story that deserves dignity, confidentiality, and compassion. This oath binds us not only to the knowledge, but to the ethical and responsible practices. Our journey in this moment has required resilience, discipline, and sacrifice. We have faced academic pressures, emotional strain, and uncertainty, but we are remained committed and stronger together, as our motto has stated. Today we stand as a reflection of the determination and excellence that SMU strives to produce in its graduates. We know the story of SMU being called a farm, and at first I thought that this was a negative analogy, as it's almost like a slaughterhouse sometimes. But when looking at the analogy of a farm, I acknowledge that when people work together, we can make and produce, whether it will be cattle or crops, that will benefit our larger community and society. Therefore, I changed the analogy that might be negative. You know, when you live on campus, everything is not as perfect as it might seem. But the analogy as a farm where we all work together, where before we took our oath, we were part of the workers doing the hard work and suffering, but now we stand as supervisors to the legacy of SMU. Furthermore, each student here today has contributed to this building of this institutional legacy. We will continue carrying a portion to say that this is the SMU and look at the trajectory of where the institution is going. Psychology teaches us that healing happens through connections and understanding. In the same way, SMU has instilled in us the importance of social responsibility, inclusivity, and community service. We are called not only to serve individuals in the therapy rooms, but to contribute to the mental well-being of our broader society. As we see in our world today, there is much uncertainty and division. South Africa may have many challenges, but what a privilege it is to contribute to its betterment. It will be our voices through advocacy, research, and clinical work that we can once again influence the trajectory of our society and our country at large. For this, we have to acknowledge the ills of the past within our field and make meaningful contributions to rectify and to build on what has already been done. So the class of 2025, what a journey it has been. During this program, we've learned and unlearned many things. We have been challenged to acknowledge our own privileges and disadvantages. During our first lesson, Prof. Mahepa, we discussed diversity and privilege. At first, I was impacted by this conversation as I felt a sense of guilt because of my own most obvious privilege, being male, until it was made clear that we all have some level of privileges. Some of us have parents that are supportive, that are here today, while others may not. Some have potential transport, while others might have money because they don't have transport to worry about. But we need to embrace these privileges with humility and to look at our fellow humans with empathy, as you may not know their disadvantages or their privileges. During this program, we were told time and time again that it is a process of becoming and that we should trust the process. How I have personally disliked hearing those words at times, yet these words have never been more truer. We have learned to embrace this ethos. This process has been a challenging 2 years, and for some the process has felt much longer, as we know how hard it is to even get selected into this program. The amount of self-awareness and self-work one must do. This program is one of the few where who you are counts more than what you know. As most of you already know, the clinical psychology program in all universities except the minimal number of students, which makes standing here today even more significant. I'm incredibly proud of the class of 2025. An exceptional group of future clinicians stand before us today. Ayabonga, Iman, Jade, Kilabogile, Kiabetswe, Mupolusi, Ovayo, Pabalo, Siasanga, Tamia, and Salelo. It has been an honor to walk this journey with you. I've witnessed your strength, your compassion, and growth as we prepare for internship next year, and I want to wish each of you success, clarity, and confidence. May you carry the spirit of this institution into every hospital, clinic, and community you step in. To our families, today is a reminder and a tribute to those who have laid the foundation for our success, some of whom are here today, while others may be far or even part of the living dead. We acknowledge all who have contributed to our journey and want to thank you for the consistent and continued support. Without our families, we wouldn't be able to continue learning and growing into the professionals that we stand in front of you today. You have given us the courage and motivation to be disciplined and to keep dreaming. Our dreams at some point felt impossible, but with your love and support, mainly financial, and just keeping us grounded, we have been able to reach our dreams. In closing, I want to take an opportunity to reflect on a concept that resonates profoundly with our work as clinical psychologists, the idea of having someone to chase. In these reflections, one individual shared that their hero is themselves in 10 years. This is not just a whimsical aspiration. It is a powerful perspective that can guide us in our personal and professional growth. By envisioning an evolved version of ourselves a decade into the future, we are effectively charting a course of continuous development, one that is dynamic and ever-changing. Each individual or mental health care user we encounter presents unique challenges and opportunities for growth, not just for them, but for us as well. Every interaction is a chance to refine our skills, expand our empathy, and deepen our understanding of the complex human condition. The beauty of having a future self as our guiding star is that it ensures us that we will always be in pursuit of a better version of ourselves. This pursuit keeps us motivated, pushes us to overcome challenges, and inspires us to embrace growth opportunities. It is a recognition that the path to becoming a better clinician and a better person on an ongoing journey. Embracing this mindset also allows us to acknowledge an important truth. We will never fully attain our ideal self. While this may sound disheartening at first, it is in fact liberating. It removes the pressures of perfection and instead encourages us to celebrate progress, to learn from our mistakes, and to remain humble in the face of evolving understanding of ourselves and our role as professional practitioners and human beings. The last quote that I will end off is, remember when you go into this world to keep your eyes and ears open wide and be kind. Always do your best and listen to the big people as well as the little people. Explore new paths and have fun. Give thanks for your blessings, and above all, love. Love, and you will do wonderful things in this world. I thank you.
Thank you very much. We are almost at the end of the program. I think this will be the last time I stand. You were a great, great audience. I didn't have to call you to order many times, only once. That will remain a spot on you. But don't worry, I'll call you again. Next time you'll come and join me for the next one. After me will be Dr. Lidibani, who will do vote of thanks. After vote of thanks, we'll stand, sing the national anthem, and then thereafter remain standing, allowing the procession to leave. After that, we sing Sanamaren. So there'll be chaos after we leave. Okay. But let me thank Sifunu Musa Mngube and Kamukhelo Molocha, who helped us sign while we are speaking. We want to thank you. Yes, some of us know sign language. Please learn sign language. You will meet patients who will not have anybody to speak for. So let me ask Dr. Lidibani to come and do a vote of thanks, and then we can then close. Thank you.
Thank you, Program Director. Allow me to just say all protocol observed. Having said that, let me thank the Office of the DVC, Professor Mawela, for gracing this occasion and for giving a wonderful words of welcome. Thank all the deans who are here and the vice deans. I have noted that all our deans are here, so our graduates, you must feel honored that all the executive who are involved with teaching, learning, and research thought it was best to come and be part of this august occasion. I'd like to also thank the HODs who are here, who are in attendance, the coordinators of the MBCHB6 program for 2025. And most importantly, I would also like to acknowledge the executive management of George Mukari. I said Dr. Mbara, represented by Dr. Matia, and Dr. Ncham, who is a clinical manager. Let me just take liberty to expose Dr. Ncham. She was a student in my department. She was a registrar in my department. After bossing her for about 4 years, now she's my boss. How things change. Professor Mabuza, thank you for that wonderful reflection speech. If I was in my church, I would say thank you for the sermon. The key words that I took home for me is, it was not a walk in the park. Count your blessings. And I hope our oath takers today will take that message to heart. Count your blessings. Professor Mawela, thank you again for the warm words of welcome and the wisdom that you shared with us. You know, for me, what is key was, do not stop to learn, maintain the values of SMU, and when you urged our students, our new healthcare professionals, to embed patient care, patient-centered approach to their practice, that brought joy to my heart, because that flows nicely into the speech that Professor Chauke made. Professor Chauke is our dean, and I would like to thank him for introducing our guest speaker. And the words, or the key themes that I took away from that is professionalism. You may not have found a module called professionalism, but we have embedded enough of that. That is why you are here today, taking an oath. And he spoke to character. And being the dean, he took liberty to give us at least one commandment. And I will paraphrase. He says, "Thou shalt not betray the trust that has been entrusted upon you." Keep that word with you. Meditate on it day and night, and then you will be a great healthcare professional. Dr. Isop, our guest speaker, thank you for accepting this invitation from your alma mater. Not only did you share your personal journey of growth, but you gave us some words of wisdom. You said it's your attitude that will determine your altitude. I must say, colleagues, for a moment, I took a metaphor about owning an aeroplane. Remember when she talked about that child who said, "Let me rather own the plane rather than just flying it." And for a moment, I got lost. I was wondering, where is my plane? But then she snapped me out of my daydreaming. She said something about Madlanga Commission. But I must say, having thought about it, I think it would be nice to own that plane. Thank you again, Dr. Isop, for gracing us with your presence and sharing with us. Now that I've spoken about that aeroplane, that private jet, it is not going to pay for itself. let me talk to the sponsors. I will just mention, I hope I have the full list. Diepenar and Reineke, Sama, Abacon, my mental health consulting, clinics, Standard Bank, private Standard Bank. I like the fact that it's a private bank, which speaks to you as new healthcare professionals. Throughout the speech, throughout Prof. Lekwara's emceeing this event, he kept on saying EFTs. So that simply means e-wallet. You are in another category now. When you send money home, send via EFT. EFT does not have a limit, unlike e-wallet. And Dr. Isop spoke about sending money home. I also want to acknowledge Pisa Lange and Beckman and TechMed. Those are some of the sponsors. Please forgive me if I've forgotten you as a sponsor. My mind is still dear Makar. I'm thinking about that private jet. And PPS. And to our sponsors, please note that I'm praying for a long-lasting partnership. We present to you 300 plus graduates who will be leaders in the healthcare space for the next 40 years of their active professional lives. So, kere lekamuso, it should not just be for today. When we call and knock, please come and consider this not just a donation or CSI, but an investment into the future of healthcare in South Africa. To our student leaders, you spoke like true leaders. You touched on being humble. You touched on staying connected to the university, echoing what Prof. Mawela said earlier on. And you spoke of being part of the alumni and convocation programs. For that, I thank you. And I'm particularly touched that all student leaders who spoke thanked SMU staff, particularly our support staff, who are often hidden and not seen. Finally, or before finally, I would like to thank all the administrators of all clinical departments, and including chemical pathology, who pipped me to a prize. Let's see what happens next year. And I would like to thank the office of the Dean, the Deanery office. You guys are skilled in events management. One day, when I'm about to purchase that private jet, I will invite you to come and work with me in my events management company. You have never let me down. Your events are always on point. Prof. Lekwara, thank you for running the ship like a true professional. One day when the brain loses the fight to the heart, maybe you will become a Trevor Noah. You're good at it. And finally, I have to thank myself for thanking you and thanking everybody.
Yes,
Oh, Dr. Isop, please come for your gifts. Please declare that. We don't want to see you Kobu Madlanga Commission. That has to be declared. Ladies and gentlemen, I recognize that I stand before you and your lunch and your celebration. So please stand up, then the national anthem.
Shall we all stand up before the national anthem? As the procession leaves, please, for the procession, when we leave here, we'll go to the Dean's office. That's where we'll have our lunch. And for everybody else, enjoy the celebrations. Like Joseph said to the brothers, don't quarrel on your way home. Enjoy. Thank you very much. National anthem.
Yeah.